Oh, no.
Good.
Chip, it's Thanksgiving week. What are you thankful for?
These guys. These guys are awesome. So we get to spend most of our waking hours with them, and it's just as good a group as I've ever been around to be with every day. They do every day really, really well. They're consistent in their approach, and their attitudes, their mindsets. I couldn't tell you the last time we even had a kid in our office because there was an issue. There are no issues. These kids, they go to class. They're great in the community. They're great on the practice field. They're a lot of fun to be around. So I'm thankful that we get an opportunity to be around these guys every day.
Is there a team dinner tomorrow or before?
No, we're traveling on Thanksgiving, so we're gonna have a Thanksgiving meal at up in Berkeley.
Okay.
We're at the team hotel.
Cool.
Does that change your walk through? I don't know if you usually do a walkthrough at the stadium or something. Does this change your routine or anything?
We've never had a walkthrough at a stadium.
Okay.
So we never go to the opposing stadium. So our schedule stays the same. The only difference is Sunday was Monday, Monday was Tuesday, Tuesday is Wednesday, Wednesday is Thursday. So we did the same exact schedule for the Washington week. So the only difference is Sunday night, which is usually a day off, is our Monday. So today is Wednesday, even though it's Tuesday in
Yeah. I know you probably addressed this the other day, but since you've got a few practices under your belt now, how have the guys responded with their
They were
energy?
awesome. They were awesome. Sunday night, they were flying around. And Sunday's difficult when you play a Friday game because you just played the day before. So, we really tell them to go with their speed, and the speed they went at Sunday night was full speed. So it was really cool to be around. And those guys, the one thing about this group is they love playing football. So, I think this is kind of their sanctuary when you can get back out on this field. And there may be something too when you have a tough loss like we did on Saturday to get right back at it. We don't train the day after the game because you got to give them one day off a week. So, that whole feeling from the day before and the night before lingers with you. When we hit our first meeting at 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon because we got to go. So I think it was, if you could say a blessing, it was a blessing that we get back out in the field, and they were great when they were back out in the field. They were great yesterday, and anticipate the same exact thing today. So,
are these practices a little bit shorter, just based on wear and tear and the short?
Yeah, as we get into the last 3 weeks of the season, we just take 30 seconds off of this period, 30 seconds off of that period. It's the same exact number of reps when we get to our team periods. The individual periods shrink by about 30 seconds, so we just kind of shrink it a little bit. So maybe 5 minutes shorter.
I don't think anyone asked about Michael Ezeike's performance. Just your thoughts on how he did and just his journey being at UCLA.
Zeke's just one of the special guys that has been through this program. So happy for what he did the other night, and that's Zeke. To come here, he's in his last class to graduate. He'll graduate in December here. He's just finishing up. He's at went from receiver to tight end and embraced that. As he continued to grow and get better and all the things that it entails. It's a different position. Greg Dulcich did the same thing a couple years ago, but that transition and to see the success that he's having it's really a byproduct of his work ethic. He's got an amazing work ethic, and for him to perform that way, it's what it's all about. You watch him develop from what he was like when he first got here in 2018 to what he's doing now. It's pretty cool. So really, really happy for Zeke, and everything that we get to see. And what we got to see last Saturday was a byproduct of his work ethic. So it's pretty cool.
You talk about development for Zeke. Is it him making that transition from one position to the other? Was that just the way his body was developing?
Yeah, he just continued to grow. You know what I mean? And there aren't a lot of 6'4", 250-pound wide receivers. Yeah. He's a 6'4", and that's his kind of his natural weight as he continued to grow and get bigger. A lot of people coming out of high school were recruiting Zeke as an outside linebacker. I think one of the reasons he came here is he wanted to be an offensive player, and we saw him in that. We thought we had a big wide out. We knew if he continued to grow, he could be a good tight end because there's a toughness there to Zeke. That sometimes wideouts, they're not as you worry about the physicality when they move in. Greg and Zeke really adjusted to that. Hudson Habermas started as a wideout and has moved inside and has adapted to that. But it's a credit to him when he was coming out of high school. A lot of people wanted to recruit him as a defensive player. That speaks to his toughness in terms of what he's like when it comes to playing physical football. So, but there are a lot of differences. He never had his hand in the ground. He's never been in a three-point stance before. So to learn all of that stuff, working with the O-line, blocking scheme-wise, because obviously we run the ball. And our tight ends are critical in terms of our run game. So for him to embrace all of that has been really cool to see.
Charbonnet Thank you. Charbonnet has been. It was just announced that he was a semifinalist for the Doak Walker Award.
Sure.
As their coach, for any player that gets national recognition, what does it mean to you?
It's just well deserved. You know, there's another kid that, I mean, every day. The cool thing about Zach is I don't know if I've been around a more consistent player. His attitude and mindset is the same exact thing. He never has a bad day. You know, every day you can count on it. It's like the sun coming up in Southern California. It's every day with Zach. He's the same person, same work ethic, same mindset. Wants to practice. Now, I don't know if you guys are here for it. When we go to special teams, he's not on special teams. He doesn't play on our four-core special teams. And we usually start special teams with individuals. He's in the middle of the individual drills practicing being a right guard on the punt team. He's not on the depth chart as a right guard on the punt team, but yet that's what he does. You know, I've been around other kids when you go to special teams and they're not involved. Maybe they go over with the quarterbacks and they catch while the quarterbacks are warming up, but they're not involved. That's not Zach. Like, he's always trying to work and get better. You know, I think for him, maybe he may have to play special teams when he goes to the next level, and he wants to be prepared for it. So he's got a mindset and a work ethic. And, you know, any national honor that comes around for him is just really, really well deserved. So I'm happy to hear that he's, because he is one of the top running backs in the country right now.
Did the UC Regents keep delaying their decision about whether they're going to allow UCLA to go to the Big Ten? What are you telling high school recruits now who are asking, are we going to play in the Big Ten or not?
I haven't told them anything because I don't have the answer to that. So, you know, we got a vote, I think, coming up here on the 14th. So we've been status of we're going, and until someone tells us we're not going, then we'll adjust it when that happens.
Do you feel like it's worry in any of their minds?
I have not gotten anything from any recruits that they're worried about it. So,
is there any change in the status of Coach McGoverns?
not right now, no.
How was Dorian looked? I know he had his thumb taped or his hand. How's he look?
Dorian's got a lot of things taped, but Dorian is the definition of warrior. You look warrior in the dictionary, it's Dorian. He was full go on Sunday night. He's full go yesterday, full go today. He'll be full go on Friday against Cal. That's Dorian. He's a warrior. I'm not sure what can stop Dorian. You know, I haven't seen it yet. So he's just a tough sucker. So glad he's on our side.
You can still get to 10 wins. Do you talk about that as a team?
No, we talk about Cal, because 10 doesn't mean anything unless you get to 9. So, you know, we never get ahead of ourselves or talk about anything longer than that. So, you know, our attention is on Cal. They just had a big win in their big game against Stanford. You know, they had lost a couple games in a row, but you know, you watch the game. Should have beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. You know, a phantom offsides call that I don't think anybody has still seen it when you look at the tape, that they were offsides on the field goal. So, you know, played really well 2 weeks ago. I think it was 41-35 against SC. You know, Justin's teams are always going to compete. You know, and it's their last opportunity to play, and so, you know, we expect them to throw everything at us, and we've had battles with them since I've been here. So we're ready for Cal. So you can't get to 10 unless you get to 9. So we got to get to 9 first, and that's this Friday. So.
What do you see out of their running back?
Tough, hard nose. You know, you look at the performance he put on against Arizona, where I think that's the most yards rushing in the conference this year. He's fast, he's physical. You know, and if he gets to the second level and you don't get him down, he may be through the third and gone. You know, I don't know the exact number, but he had 3 or 4 runs over 50 yards in that game. He can finish runs because of his long speed, but he also can break tackles because he's not a small kid. So, you know, there's a lot of our attention has to be on him with everybody, with all 11 guys on defense on Friday.
Thank you.
All right.